Did you know that just one missed deadline can put your nonprofit's fundraising efforts at risk? Today, we're going to explore how even the most dedicated organizations can accidentally fall out of compliance with state fundraising rules. Let's dive in.
This explainer is part of the multi-state fundraising compliance series where we make these complex topics easy to understand. It's a resource provided by the specialists over at Ironwood Registrations.
You know, a lot of nonprofits put a ton of work into getting their initial registrations right. But here's the thing you have to remember. Compliance isn't a set-it-and-forget-it kind of task. It's an ongoing responsibility. And as organizations grow, it's actually pretty common to discover a registration has lapsed or a deadline was missed.
So, what are the common tripwires? Where do these well-meaning organizations usually stumble? That's the big question we're going to tackle today. We'll look at the most frequent pitfalls and, most importantly, how you can avoid them.
We'll walk through 4 key areas. We're going to start with common administrative oversights, then get into the challenges that come with growth. After that, we'll tackle the tricky topic of exemptions, and finally, lay out a path to proactive compliance.
All right, let's start with the day-to-day administrative stuff, the small things that can actually have a really big impact on your compliance status.
One of the most common pitfalls is simply missing the annual renewal deadlines. And a renewal isn't just one form, it's a whole package. You've got updated registration forms, your IRS Form 990, other financial documents, and of course, the filing fees. And this is where it gets really complicated, especially for organizations that fundraise nationally. Every single state has its own unique deadline. Just imagine trying to juggle 20, 30, or even 40 different filing dates all year round. It's almost a recipe for accidentally missing one.
And it's not just about the annual renewals either. States expect your information to be current. So a change in your legal address, an update to your board of directors, or even a delay in getting your audit finished, all of these things can cause your filings to fall out of sync with what the state requires.
You know, these little administrative oversights often get much more challenging as an organization starts to grow. And that brings us to our second section, the compliance challenges that come from success itself.
This really nails the central tension here. Growth is fantastic. It means your mission is reaching more people. But if that growth starts to outpace your compliance planning, you end up creating unmanaged risk that can cause some serious problems later on.
Think about it. In our digital world, fundraising can expand geographically in the blink of an eye. A viral social media campaign or a new donation page on your website can bring in support from all over the country, almost overnight. This kind of rapid growth often happens faster than an organization even realizes it has new registration requirements.
Okay, our third section covers another major pitfall, and that's making the wrong assumptions about being exempt from registration in the first place.
This is so important. Exemptions do exist, but they are absolutely not a universal pass. Eligibility is really specific, and it varies a lot from state to state. It might depend on your annual revenue, your type of organization, or other factors. Just assuming you're exempt without checking the rules in each state is a pretty big risk to take.
Okay, so we've laid out the common challenges. Now let's shift gears and talk about the solution. Let's talk about how to get on the path to proactive, sustainable compliance.
The key is to implement a periodic compliance review. This is basically a structured check-in. You'll assess where you're actually fundraising, you'll identify where your donors are located, confirm that your current registrations are active and in good shape, and then figure out if your expansion means you need any new ones.
And really, that's what this all boils down to. It's not about slowing down your growth, it's about supporting it. When you build organized systems and do these periodic reviews, you make sure your compliance keeps up with your fundraising success. That allows you to grow with real confidence. So we'll leave you with this final important question to consider. Is your compliance system built for the nonprofit you are today or the one you're actively growing into? Thinking about the future is really the key to staying on the right track.